Hello everyone. I'm gonna do this video about being alone and the problems, the safety risk. So people just say being alone, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. You have no one to vent. Okay, so finally I'm getting established back with the VA again. All right, and I was explaining to the psychiatrist, and I don't think it's gonna be good. My experience with the psychiatrist. The problem with the VA is they kept canceling appointments on me for mental health, and then it just added up. Where I went a long time without the pandemic hit, then I couldn't see a psychiatrist at all, and then they had it was only like through Zoom or video chat, and then the shit would drop, and then they didn't even assign me a psychiatrist. It was a freaking pharmacist that was just like gonna give me like some meds and shit, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I talking to you for? You're not even a psychiatrist. You're a goddamn fucking pharmacy that's been assigned to mental health. Just whatever. So all that time was building up, and then I fucking went through a bad depression this holiday season, and now I'm fucking in this mess. But the thing is I just finished running. I just ran 5 miles on the treadmill. So I'm able to do shit. Yesterday I had a pretty good appetite, so in that regard I think I'm getting better. If I don't clean as much. I don't want to clean as much when I'm depressed, right? But I still have to. I'm just not eager to do it. But I won't like become like a pigsty or just like be a nasty mother effer. Like I won't get to that point, but like I won't be so like eager to clean is what I'm saying. But yesterday I did the whole apartment, even though it's not that big. This morning, I vacuumed, so I got a nice clean apartment to go do that smells good. So all that stuff shows that like I'm maintaining myself. I'm hygiene, and I don't, like I said, man, when I was depressed, the only thing that changed was I didn't shave for a couple days, and like even my body hair and stuff. So I was you can tell something was wrong with me. I like to shave every day. I like to leave the apartment clean shaven. I don't want to freaking have fucking animal hair on my fucking face. But anyways, man, this freaking video I might have to jump to freaking 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't freaking know. Whatever. I know someone's gonna put down this guy talks too goddamn much. So, but the problem with being alone is no one's gonna check up on your mental health. So with me, it's fucked up. But I tend to bring high energy, so I'm not allowed to be freaking quiet. Like I'm one of those people that the freaking people that I am around, they're still using me for my high energy, right? My jokes, my laughs and shit. Even though I don't gesture max, I just naturally I guess my like not sarcasm, but my bluntness, and I just tell it like what really fucking happened. People find that funny. So it was weird. The fucking psychiatrist was busting up, was laughing, and then she goes, you know what? You're not that funny. It's just your bluntness is funny. And I go, that would make me funny then. It's like these fucking psychiatrists want to be right for every little thing, but here's the problem. I don't know the problem, but she goes, based on what's going on, your depression, your PTSD, blah blah blah, you're this, whatever, you're okay. Your symptoms are coming out as if you were bipolar. Okay, when you get jumpy, when you kind of react, when you freaking. So if someone didn't like know that military and know like your whole like if they just saw you, like they would think you're bipolar. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking bitch. I didn't need that. But anyways, so I might have to title this freaking what happened with my fucking psychiatrist or some shit. I don't know. But we talked for like a freaking hour and a half. Like, holy shit. And she goes, one thing about you is you're talkative. I go, yeah, but I'm very reserved and kind of standoffish, like because this environment's controlled. There's a controlled environment. You're the doctor, I'm the patient, and I have to talk to you if I want to get better. It's already expected for me to talk. It's not like when I go to the gyms, I don't talk to anyone, like for the most part. I even feel weird like making a conversation with people, like being almost like it's weird, like almost like establishing a friendship or some shit. I don't know. It's like I'm afraid to make friends, even though I kind of wish I had some. There was just a weird motherfucker I met at the Amtrak station. I ended up bumping into him today, like Jesus fucking Christ. And then I explained to one of the women, watch out for this weird motherfucker. One of my friends. But yeah, you got some weird motherfuckers in Texas. That's why I gotta go. I gotta go in a couple months. Even if I'm not like, even though if I gotta rush to move, I'd rather rush to move than be complacent like I did last time. Especially when I didn't have the vehicle. Fuck. If the pandemic would have never happened, like I would have got what I needed taken care of. While I was in San Antonio, and then I might have had the vehicle like already. Like I might have still had the vehicle. I might have been able to leave with the vehicle. Like pack up my shit and go. But fuck. So yeah, okay, so let me explain. So let's say you're in your apartment, right? And one day you get a lump, okay? And you're just like it happened to me. So I had this lump of like 4 or 5 years ago, okay, and it was on my belly button. I was gonna go to Tampa, Florida, and I wanted to check out my abs when I hit up Clearwater, and I saw this little bump by my belly button, and you know, I went to the VA, and this is before the pandemic. So they told me, and the VA's always, a lot of times they're wrong, like medical wise and shit. Like you always gotta like be worried. And some of the shit that they do to veterans, some of it's good and some of it's fucking what the fuck. So it could go either way. But I'm glad I at least have them, right? They've been more helpful than harmful for right now as far as medical. Even though they tried to almost kill me a couple times. But anyway, it got bigger and bigger during the pandemic, and then one lady, she felt it. Okay, she goes, Tony, what is that? And I go, the VA said it's a non-cancerous cyst, but if it gets bigger, come back. I need to come back to them. And then she goes, that don't make no sense. You need to go back and check it out because did it get bigger? I go, yeah. But she says a non-cancerous. No, I said the VA said it's a non-cancerous tumor. The nurse practitioner, and she goes, well, something ain't right. And then I end up going back, and then they're like, no, you got to remove it. We got to remove. And it was during the whole fucking mask, and then they couldn't fucking touch it. They didn't want to touch it, and then they finally touched it. And I had to repeat the same fucking story like 5 fucking times. Like literally a doctor, a resident, a fucking assistant resident. And then I'm like, who the fuck? And then the guy comes in there, and I was like, he had like the wrong fucking patient. Like he was looking at some paperwork, and he goes, no, you should be fine. And then I'm like, are you sure? And I showed it to him. He goes, oh no, we got to remove that. Oh yeah, we got to get rid of that. Because I had the wrong paperwork. like these freaking people. So. But what I'm saying is, it took a woman for me to say, okay, let me go back. And I don't know. They say it was a fatty tissue, like a piece of fatty that kept growing. But who knows, man? It could have been cancerous. I don't fucking. It was like the size of a nickel. Okay. And another thing too is like one time, like my ex-wife, I was cooking and I couldn't smell the gas. And she came in the apartment. This is when we kind of were like, when we were separated, but we like met up a couple times. See if we're gonna get back together. And she goes, Tony, the gas is on. And you know, just like, and I was kind of like going through some shit, right? Because of the separation and just, you know, kind of get my life back together. And I know that it wasn't gonna work out, but it's just like, you don't always have that option, okay? And I know sometimes some of these stupid motherfuckers in Texas, like, they'll have a family of 10, like 10 Hispanics, right? And someone will still leave the gas on, and the house will still burn down with 10 motherfuckers. It's almost like some families and friends, you're worse off with them, right? To a certain degree. But for the most part, for the most part, the more you have, the more chances of you surviving. Like my okay, so when I came out here, okay, I was going from San Antonio to El Paso like several times to try to see if I was going to move to El Paso. If I liked it, I had the vehicle. I came out here so many times, and my car was getting the mileage was on a lot of for the Nissan, and my transmission ended up going out here. So was it like a year and a half later? I ended up moving out here. So, but this time I have no vehicle. All right, so Jesus Christ. So I remember one time, like I dropped my cell phone in the kitchen and it completely shattered. It was a fucking stupid ass Pixel 6, right? The worst phone I ever fucking had, and it was an expensive ass phone. And I cracked the phone, and the screen was completely shattered where I couldn't do anything with it. And I needed to find a Verizon. And I didn't know where a Verizon was at, and I didn't have a computer. The only computer I had was my phone, and I didn't know anybody. And like, I knew there was a Verizon somewhere, but I ended up getting on the bus and just seeing like, I remember running and seeing a Verizon. I don't know, I can't pinpoint it, right? Because I just didn't think it was the Verizon store was something. I just wasn't expecting my phone to shatter, right? I thought I'd hold on to it for a little bit longer. And but just something like that, it took all day. I ended up having, I couldn't find, okay, so the bus, like, the Verizon was almost behind the bus station. So when I got on the bus, I was on the bus for like 30 minutes going straight, like straight up, more than that. And then I'm like, where the fuck is it? And then when the bus, it couldn't go no further north, right? But it was like, if the bus like could go like a next stop, if there was actually an additional stop, I would have saw it. It was almost like, how the heck does that happen? I knew it was somewhere on my longer runs, okay? Like my 18-mile runs, I would see it, okay? But I wouldn't like remember it exactly. And then that's what happened. It was like, if I would have went less than a half a mile up, I would have saw it. So I ended up having to go on the base because they got a kiosk of different phone companies, and I had to change cell phone plans because they didn't have a Verizon or something like that. They didn't have a phone available, and I needed if I had family, I could have used their phone for a day or two if I needed it. Been fine. Grab one of their phones, have them take me to a Verizon. Would have got a phone that day. Within like 2 hours, I would have had a phone. In this situation, it was like freaking 10. Just stuff. I remember like one clinic, it's not the VA, but I had no one to pick me up, right? And I was gonna be under like kind of like a certain like a NOS or like a laughing gas or anesthetic, and like in the write up, they put that they wheeled me to my car. I didn't have a car. I got on the bus. Like it's just kind of like you're kind of doing stuff that you would have like, maybe they expected me to have somebody, and then when I was by myself, they're almost like, oh shit, like we're not even used to like protocols that what if this patient's by himself, he doesn't have parents or family, like because a lot of people like they go to like, especially older people, like all they do is go to appointments like with their fucking family, like it's almost like an outing. Like, what am I gonna do today? Oh, go to my appointments. It like gives them something to do. So with their like their family and shit, especially like Hispanic, like Mexicans. So I think it's almost like they're just not. They're you think clinics would like know that, and I'm sure that it's written somewhere, but like they just forget because it's still out of the norm. So, but that's one thing, and then what would be the other thing? Just basic shit, the battery died, the car dies. Like my worst situation is I'm back on the fucking bus. Like the nightmare. The bus driver that we liked each other, and then all that shit happened. She's gonna see me back on the bus. Like, okay, why don't I have my shit together? Like, I don't have a drug problem. I had a generosity problem, but like My lifestyle is disciplined. Like, how come I just don't, like, people that have worked, people with military benefits, they buy houses. Like, why was I still on the fucking butt? Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm like addicted to being a loner to a certain, I don't know. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.